Welcome to the Dope Dad Podcast. This is an unscripted journey for those who are invested in parenting. There's no judgment, there's no BS, just honest conversation about what it really means to be a dad today. It's raw, it's real, and it's unapologetically dope.
Welcome back to the Dope Dad Podcast. This is a Dope Daughter Takeover in honor of Father's Day. I'm your host, Keridan Cole, and these are my friends.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Abby.
And I'm Mischa.
And today we're just going to talk about some of the dopest dads. So I'm going to pull one of these cards here in this bucket, and I just kind of want to talk about whatever comes to your mind when I read this card. So
Dope.
Okay. How do you think your dad would describe being a father and what it means to him?
I think my dad loves being a father. Like, he expresses that in so many different ways, I feel like. And it's also just really good for me also just to, like, learn from him how to be, like, a good parent in general. And I feel like I learned so much from him. And I just know he loves being a dad. So,
Yeah. I think for my dad, too, it's definitely, he always tells me it's his greatest joy. And I'm excited to experience that, like, one day for myself, to have my own kids and, like, know what it feels like to experience that love for, like, my own kids.
100%.
No, yeah.
What about you? You guys have anything?
Well, my dad's not really as vocal about his love for being a dad, but I know he still loves it, and he loves me and my brother so much.
Yeah.
Same with my dad. He's not very, like, vocal about it. He's always working, which I know when his way of working and making all that money is for us, and it's, like, for our better good.
Yeah.
And even if he doesn't express it or he's working literally 13 hours a day, I know that it's, like, he's not being selfish, it's for us. And in the end, it's, like, he's only wants the best for us. And I know that whenever he tries to take us on these trips and all these things, it's him way of being like, I'm here for you guys kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I know that all he wants is, like, the best for us. And I know that, like, it's something that he will never take for granted, and he will always, like, in a sad way, put us first.
Yeah.
In situations, even if that's not great for other things, but I know that it all comes out of, like, love and, like, from his heart.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that, like, we all have, like, our own, like, experiences with it, too, though. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah.
Even though it might be harder for your parents to maybe, like, express
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
like, at least you still feel loved and you know that they
That the love is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's true, and it's, like, intentional.
Yeah. I love that. You want to pull one?
Sure. What action from your dad would make you feel heard and understood by him?
Oh, I have a good one. So, long story short, but I have dyslexia, and coming from a charter school, it's really hard to get, like, the things you need there. And my school, when I joined, it was, like, 2-3 years old. It's a very new school when I came, like, for kindergarten. So they never had to experience, like, having an IEP or a 504, all those things. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but, like, all of those things, it was very new for my school. So my dad was, like, one of those first people to, like, really, like, start that, like, journey of, like, getting help for kids who need it. And, like,
that's awesome.
Him taking that action and, like, I mean, countless meetings. And, like, I had the doctors, I had psychologists, like, all these different things. And, like, for him to fight months on months, like, it took, like, a whole year for me just to get, like, the minimal amount of what I need from compared to what it is now versus what it was. Like, him fighting for months and, like, just, like, really showed that, like, he actually does care and he wants the best for us. And, like, I'm excited because I know it's, like, it's a trait that will be passed down to my kids.
Yeah.
And I said that one day, like, I can fight for my kids in the way that my dad fought for me. And, like, he showed me what it meant to, like, be determined and, like, have, like, and, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, really care for others and, like, think, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, like, something that really stuck with me. And it's, like, one of my favorite stories is, like, how hard, even if I don't remember because I was so young, how hard my dad fought for me to get, like, those things I need. And he doesn't even have it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have dyslexia. It came from my mom. So it's, like, he doesn't even really know what it is or what it feels like or what needs I had. But he still, like, fought for what I needed. And even, like, it's just something that will always stick with me.
Yeah. I love that. I think it's definitely the support that,
Yeah.
like, just makes you feel, like, heard and, like, understood, like, when your dad's always rooting for you. Like, I feel like my dad's,
sure.
like, my biggest cheerleader, and
For
it helps
sure.
me feel like he, like, understands what I'm going through. Even, I know it's difficult, like, for him because he's, like, an all-girl dad, so, like, there's no one for him to
No,
relate
yeah.
to because he has no boys. So, like, I know for him, like, it definitely was difficult for him to try and, like, understand, like, how girls work, because especially, like, when he met my mom, like, she came from Mexico and everything too, so it's like he's learning a whole another language from my mom as well. But to be raising girls as well is, like, must be so difficult because you have really no idea anything about them. So I think just like my dad being like a cheerleader definitely helps me feel like heard and understood. So
That's like beautiful.
For me, like I love when my dad does like little things for me, like when he knows that I'm upset or sad about something, he'll just do like small things like buy me my favorite snacks or like cook me something or help me out with like a chore that I need to be done. Just little things like that like help me feel loved and understood, and that he like understands what I'm going through and he's here for me.
Oh, I love that.
I feel like one of the best things, like, for me personally, I think, is, like, going, like, to dinner with my dad, because I feel like even, like, when, like, your dad works a lot, you know, like, you can catch up over dinner so fast. Like, just everything that goes on. And, like, you get to go out and have fun. It's, like, kind of like going on a date also. Like, like a dad-daughter date.
Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah, right? So that's, like, one of my favorite things to do with my dad.
Yeah, that's definitely the best. I love that. Abby, you want to...
Ooh, no, reading's not my strong suit.
It's okay. They're not very long sentences, so you don't have to worry.
Do you feel like you get the right support from your dad? Yeah.
Yeah.
With like what I just, my story I just shared, I feel like that's like a lot of support. And like him, now my youngest brother, Brody, also is going through the same thing. And I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but I'm going to say it anyways. He's transferring to a new school that's individualized for dyslexia and for what he needs, and I feel like even just watching him support my brother that way just shows that like he's doing the best he can, and it's like immense amount of support just to like even just get like my brother like the right education he needs, because he's not being heard from the school, or just like literally spending $20,000 to go to private school for 5th grade just to make sure he gets the education he needs. Yeah, even if it's not support for me, it feels like it's support for the whole family, and it's like shows love and support, because I feel like as a family, you're one whole unit, and when you do something for another, it just shows, like, for everyone.
It strengthens all of you.
So even though he's not even supporting me individually, it feels like he's just supporting the family, making sure we're all getting what we need and, like, the love we deserve and the right education.
Yeah.
I feel like a big way my dad supports me is obviously breakups.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, because obviously it's a male point of view. Like, we don't, like, we could ask someone, like, our age, like, a guy about it, but, like, dads know it all. Like, they've been
for real. They've been that boy that breaks girls' hearts. For real. So they know it all.
So it's like, I feel like that's such a big thing. It's like, you know, we've all been through, like, most of us have been through, like, really bad heartbreaks. And it's like him being there to support me through all of them has been, like, just so, like, it's just, like, changed me, because, like, I just know he's always going to be there for me and support me, like, no matter what. Like, you want to go, like, TP his house, like, you want to do whatever, like, he's always down. So I just love having that support.
Yeah, same thing, like, for my dad, like, I know that it's so hard for my dad. I'm sure for your dads, too, if you've ever been heartbroken. Like, my dad always is so, like, hurt with the fact that I'm hurt. Like, he wants to take away all that pain. And it's, like, I remember, like, not too long ago when I, like, broke up with my ex, like, I remember I stayed home for a whole week. Like, he was like, you just stay home. I stayed in their bed and everything. And my dad literally made sure to move me, like, immediately from the school that I was at. Like, I went back immediately. My dad was like, you're going to get taken care of. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. He's like, you're going to get taken care of. And I feel like that support, like, even in the moment when I felt like I was probably never going to get better or, like, you know, heal from, like, that heartbreak, like, it meant so much to me. And, like, I really hope that he knows, like, that, like, those little things that might not seem like such a big deal to him, like, meant the world to me. Like, it helped me so much.
It's the little things that matter.
Yeah. No? No? Okay.
All right. What's something your dad taught you that really stuck with you? Mine would probably be to be very strong, because he's taught me my whole life I got to be strong, and that not everyone's just going to, like, you have to pick yourself up. Like, just period. And, like, there's no one's going to be here to save you. Like, maybe, like, and when I think about it, like, yeah, my dad's always going to be there to save me, you know, because, like, he's my hero. Like, I love him. But, like, in reality, like, you always just have to learn. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure.
I feel like for my dad, he taught me to work hard to get all the things that you want.
Yeah.
Because my dad is a very hard worker, and he provides for, like, my family. And I think, like, he just taught me that, like, kind of like what Mischa's saying, like, in order to get the stuff you want in life, you have to do it yourself and work hard to
you gotta
get your
earn
goals.
It.
Yeah.
My dad taught me to be a really big advocate for yourself, because in the end, like, you're going to need to have, like, you might have a good support team, but you're going to have your own back. You need to be vocal for yourself and, like, determined for what you need. And so he taught me to be, like, my biggest advocate for myself, not, like, he being my advocate then taught me how to be for myself and learn that like if you need something, you need to be vocal about it. You can't just rely on everyone to do it for you, and you have to be determined enough to like get what you need and get what you want, and just like, I don't know, be like your own support system.
Yeah. I think for me, one of the biggest things my dad taught me, and I've kind of started to like see it as like I've gotten older, is like, you know, your family is going to be like your best friend in the end. Like that's all you're basically going to have in the end. Like, I know my parents don't really have like a lot of like close like friends. Like I know I have like a bunch of friends, like you guys obviously, but it's like I feel like we have such like wide networks and like groups of friends now, but as we get older, like you're only gonna have like maybe one or two friends.
Yeah.
And it's like I've started to like realize like that my like family is always gonna be like my closest friend, like my best friend, and I try to like cherish that because they've always been my biggest supporters as well. And so like my dad teaching me that so young, I think helped me like realize like to put up boundaries too sometimes with certain people, like just to not let people like take advantage of me. You know what I mean? So,
For sure.
yeah. I mean, I think that's the biggest lesson that my dad's probably taught me.
It's like a lifelong lesson.
Yeah, for sure. So pass it back over here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I got two. Okay, this one is, how would you describe your father?
Ooh, strong, loving, hardworking, funny, smart, and that's like pretty much it.
I'd say the dopest dad, probably.
His name, like,
I don't know. I think my dad's like the person I look up to the most. Like he's definitely like my biggest inspiration, and I like want to be like my dad so bad. Like seeing him change and like grow has also been kind of awesome too. Like from the father that he was when I was little to now, like I like really want to be as hardworking as he is. Like my dad's biggest goal was this podcast, and the fact that he was able to make that happen now finally for him is like so amazing to me, that he's able to like, you know, accomplish his dreams. And it just makes me think that like I'll be able to accomplish my dreams too, as long as I like put my mind to it. So I feel like my dad's just the biggest like inspiration in my life.
And that's just like so touching, like truly to see them like do that and like reach like, those goals, and it's just like, and it just makes you want to do that too, and like be motivated to just be like better and follow your dreams, really.
No, literally. I say my dad's, even though he doesn't like to show it, he's really emotional and hardworking. Like, even though he likes to pretend like he has a really hard exterior, he's just like a little big labradoodle.
A teddy bear.
He's a little teddy bear.
Maybe that's why you love teddy bears so much. Yeah.
But he's just really hardworking and determined, and he's like all about love. He loves to love others. He loves music. He loves to work. He loves sports. He just loves to love the world and what's around him.
Yeah.
And it just kind of also impacted my life because it gave me like a different perspective like on the world.
I love that.
I would just describe my dad as tough, like seeing him like I don't like just to see him like pick himself up after like everything that went through with like my parents' divorce and everything, how like I saw how heartbroken he was, and then going from that to where he is now, like 5 years later, like seeing how happy he is in his own life, and like how he made that all by himself, and just how much time he loves to spend with my brother and I.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
I'm glad you got to experience like how he picked himself up. Like,
yeah,
and like, and that, not that it's like a good thing that divorce happened. I'm just saying like how you were like there for him, and like he wasn't as closed off. Like he was more open about it, and like you got to like be there for him in a way.
Yeah, and I'm sure that wasn't easy either. No, especially like seeing that and you feel like you can't like do anything about it. You know what I mean? So,
because I mean that was like all I ever knew was my mom and my brother and my dad.
Yeah.
And then like to have that like separation, like it was definitely hard. And
especially since it was 5 years ago, so you're so young.
I mean, it was like, because also growing up, like none of my friends' parents were divorced like that either. So this was like super new idea to me. Like obviously I knew like what divorce was, but I didn't realize how much it actually affected a person until you're going through it, because it's like, oh yeah, that's so sad, like if you hear someone's parents are getting divorced, but once you're like living in it, it's really tough. And to see my dad like so heartbroken, and like that's something I never thought I'd have to see.
Yeah, like I feel like you have, like when you look up at your parents, like you picture them as like
happy and
well, like indestructible.
Yeah.
Nothing could ever bring them down. Like they're supposed to like
they're your
be, like,
superheroes.
yeah, but like the happy ones. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because it's like, how am I supposed to be happy if you're not happy? You know what I mean? So like I can't imagine like how hard that was for you to like see that. But like it's amazing that he was able to pick himself back up and you were able to watch that journey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that made you stronger too, though.
It
Yeah.
did. It gave me like a new perspective on things too.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
For real, bro.
Here you go. You're so funny.
Okay.
Bro's about to drop the bucket.
What's something you want to tell your dad but haven't yet?
That I love him and that I know his hard work does mean something.
You haven't told him you love him.
No, I do tell him I love him, but just like not like I don't know, like I feel like I just like earlier this year I went through a lot with like not like just my home but like friends and just like not having the best person in my life and not surrounding myself with the best people who brought out the best in me. I was kind of like toxic, and me having that outside, it kind of I brought it home with me, and I kind of set like a toxic like cast over my family, and like it was like a really dark time, and with everything that we were going through it was just like a lot, and I feel like I became really distant with my family. Sorry, I'm gonna cry.
No, it's okay.
I became really distant with my family, and I don't think I realized like how important it is to like have a family and like love your family and like be there for them.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. But yeah, I get it.
And like just like seeing you, Keridan, with your dad and everything, it like really made me want to do better and like be a better daughter, and it really like opened myself up to like be better for my family. And like
You just go back.
Stop it.
and like love my family, because I had a hard time like expressing my feelings and like loving them properly. So I feel like seeing that in other people like really made me realize how lucky I am to have my family, and how like I should just like they're my biggest support, and like in the end of the day, like you said, you're always gonna have your family. And I feel like I just don't express that enough with my family and how thankful I am to have them. And so like that's something I want to share, but I haven't been able to because I feel like I've been too closed off to be able to.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I'm glad that you've been able to like realize that, you know,
Yeah.
and being able to like change that.
Yeah.
I love that.
A little wake up call.
Yeah. But I mean, it's never too late, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I know your family always knows that like you love them.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we forget to like say it.
And like actually express it. Like
Yeah.
you think, oh, they're my family, they're always gonna be there, but like you also have to be there for them. You can't just like sorry for my language, be a bitch all the time.
No, yeah.
You have to like also give them love to receive love back.
Yeah.
Even though they're there for you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like elaborate on that, it's like kind of like when you can never leave the house without saying like I love you to your parents, because you never
Yeah.
know, like every day, like you never know what can happen. Like it's every day's a new day, like things happen every day, and that's why you just try to limit your fights that you have with your especially your family and your close friends, because you don't know how like fast they could be gone in the
Yeah.
next day. And so that's just like again, like that's good that like you realize that, because then you know. So it's like if something like really bad happened, like you didn't end off on like, you know, having to think about like what your last conversation was with like anyone in your family, and just like knowing that like you loved them so much, and that they lived their life, you know, knowing that they were loved by their family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get so emotional.
No, it's okay. I mean, that's like the whole point of the podcast is for you to be able to like open up. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a safe space, guys. Like you can cry, you can laugh, like whatever.
I just want to say thank you for like opening that door. You and your dads did. Honestly, if I don't, you guys didn't think you guys did, but you and your dad did a lot for me and my family.
Aw.
And like allowing me to realize that like that's like all you kind of need in life is your family.
Well, thanks for being a part of my family. Like, you guys are my family, too. Like, I hope you know that. Like, my dad loves having, like, all you guys over. Like, even if my parents are busy at work, like, I hope you know they still, like, ask me, like, about you guys. Like, Abby, like, my dad was literally like, does Abby want anything to eat, too? Like,
Aw.
like, what's Abby doing? Like, is she over? Like, he loves you guys. Like, Mischa, he made you pancakes when that happened to you. Like, he always thinks about my friends, like, no matter what. Like, you guys are a part of the family. Like,
Yeah.
What?
I just looked down, I realized I had tear stains.
It's okay. But like, you guys are a part of the family. Like, he loves every single one of you guys. Like, even if like you may not like feel it, or he might not tell you directly like I love you guys, I hope you know like you guys are always loved and welcomed like in my home. Like,
I can feel it. Your house is a very loving house. Like, I walk in, and you know some houses when you walk in, it's just like all white. You can smell the cleanness. It's like this is not home. No one lives here. This is for show and tell. This is like when I walk in your house, it like feels like a home, and like your sisters are always there, and like always a smile on their face, and it just feels like so welcoming and so like, I don't know how to explain it. Just like when we were at your birthday party and we were all sitting around at the table and like your whole family was in the dining room, it just felt like so loving and so supportive, and it just felt like I could just like be myself and be fully comfortable in the house, and just like it was just full of like respect and love, and it was just like really like amazing to see that and like be a part of it.
I agree.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize like how much of like a big deal or impact like that had on you guys.
Oh, it was like a huge impact on me.
Aw. Well, I'm glad. Like, I didn't know that. Like, that's all my dad ever wants to do too, is like make everyone feel like loved and like welcomed at our house.
Succeeding.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that's one thing I wish like I could like tell my dad, like going back to like the question that you read, like is like I don't think he realizes like how much of an impact he has on like everyone. Like even people like at work, like because I work with my dad, right?
Yeah.
Everyone will always tell me like, you know, you're so lucky to have your dad, right? Like I think sometimes he doesn't realize like how amazing of a dad he is, and I hope he really knows that. Like I think he is the best dad like in the entire world. Like truthfully, like I feel like I won the lottery. Like he is the best dad.
He is the dope dad.
He is the dope dad. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like sometimes like same thing. I get caught up in my own world, and like I forget to like remind my parents that like they're doing great. Like you know, we were talking about it with my dad earlier. Like it's their first time being parents too.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like no matter what they're doing, like they think they're not doing the best that they can, but that's the best I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll never know how another parent like parents. Those are the parents I was blessed with. You know what I mean? So it's like what they think might be like not their best work, I think is the best work. Like they're the best parents in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just hope that like he knows that he's like the best dad. So yeah. I don't know. Kylie, anything?
Just I feel like I don't tell my dad that I appreciate all that he does for me enough.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like sometimes he feels not as appreciated as he should, because I don't always tell him to his face.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate everything he does for me and my brother, because he's a very hard worker.
Yeah. I like that. Would you like to pick another one?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You keep stressing, I promise. They're not long
I really already read them too.
yeah, we did.
Is your dad more of a strict or laid back kind of guy?
Ooh.
So laid back.
I feel like
I
all
feel
of our
like
dads
my dad has always like preached.
Kylie's like, oh, really?
Nice.
I just feel like growing up, my dad has always made it clear. It's like the more you restrict something, the more your kids are just gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
My dad says the
The
same.
more you ban it and you make it seem like it's so bad, the more you're just gonna want to rebel and do it.
Yeah.
So I feel like my dad was like very like lenient with me, and like, you know, like about like, you know, like drinking and stuff. Like growing up, like things are like obviously like
gonna end up happening one way or another.
Exactly. Like it's gonna happen one way or another. So it's like as long as you teach your kids to do it like safely and just make sure like your kids are always making like smart decisions, you know. So I feel like that's like a really big thing.
Yeah. I think my dad, obviously everyone knows, he's like like super, super laid back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's just with how he was like raised and grown up, like I feel like he wants to be a better parent for us, and so he warns us about certain things, but he's like, I want you to be able to make those mistakes and learn from it. Like he doesn't like same thing. Like
Exactly.
he doesn't want us to like restrict us from something, so we're gonna want to do it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like he wants us to like experience failures and mistakes, but wants us to ultimately like learn from it.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that's when like the strictness kind of comes in hand. Like obviously there are times like with school, like okay, that's when my dad gets a little strict. Like with grades, if a grade's slipping, he's like, okay, well we have to fix something. Like something's going on. But I feel like other than that, my dad's pretty laid back. Like he just wants me to be able to like have my own experiences so that I can pass on like those stories to my kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and that's like what a dad like should do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
It's the
sure.
perfect like in between,
Balance.
like not too strict, not too like lenient, where it's like you're just allowed to like be out like at whatever time, and like you don't have like
No,
curfew
yeah.
or whatever, just like stuff like that. But like, yeah, you know.
I think like another thing too is like he's not weird with like me going out. He just wants to know the basics that every parent wants to know.
exactly.
Where are you going?
Like, you know,
who are you
like,
going with?
make, like, boundaries.
How are you gonna get there?
Yep.
When are you coming back? You know,
Yeah.
like all the basics. But it's like it's not like overbearing.
Yeah, right. It's like just
Yeah.
update, like
Yeah.
update your family.
Exactly.
Like, let them
He's
know
like,
you're
just
safe.
text us when
Like,
you're there.
It's
Text us
safety.
when you're headed back. You know what I mean? Like it's just like little reminders. Like that's how you like earn the respect from your parents.
100%.
It's just keeping it 100, keeping it real, like the honesty
Yeah.
and everything. It's like
And then that's when they just kind of like get more chill and they like understand because
Yeah.
you guys have that like bond where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, like I'll let you go out, but like you don't have to do this for me, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
you gotta like tell me where you're at and like, you know?
exactly. It's like even
simple
like-
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like it shouldn't be that hard to ask. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
and I feel like when like parents like are so like strict on their kid, like it just makes your kid grow up to like kind of hate you and kind of
Yeah.
just like make them
Resent
turn into
you.
like a bad parent also kind of because like you just kind of think like because you were raised that way, you know, you
Yeah.
thought that that's like the right way and it wasn't, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like my dad grew up very strict. Like, have to do all these chores. You get this limited amount of screen time. You have
Yeah.
to do this, da-da-da. And it kind of forced him, like, he knew he wanted to be differently when he was a dad. So I think it kind of just, like, forced him to be laid back.
Yeah.
And, like, let me experience that. And I feel like he also, like, what you guys were saying, I don't want to really repeat it, but, like, you have to experience it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just tell you it's bad. You have to realize it's bad.
Yeah, that's the same way my mom was too, because she grew up like Catholic in the heart of Mexico City. Like
Yeah.
her parents were so strict. The second she came here and met my dad, they're like, we want to be better parents.
Yeah.
Like we want to be different for our kids. And I feel like that's just what like helps the bonding so much more is like with that honesty and the trust, the amount of trust that's in the relationship between you and your parents, like is amazing. If you have that honesty, you'll have like the best trust. And I feel like that's when the relationship gets so much stronger too. You know what I
100%,
mean?
yeah.
So
For sure.
what about you?
Yeah, I feel like my dad's a little bit more strict.
Yeah.
He just has, I don't know how to explain it. He just has certain like boundaries that I feel like maybe are a little bit too closed off on certain things where it's like he won't let me go do stuff that like some of my other friends are allowed to do, which like can be frustrating, but I know
Yeah.
he just like does it out of love, but like it does frustrate me sometimes when he's like, no, you can't do that, and I'm like, Dad, like all my friends are going, like
yeah.
like I don't know, it's hard sometimes, but he also grew up like strict, like well, because his dad wasn't ever home. His dad lived here, and then he lived back in Montana with his mom. So it was just him and his mom and his sister. So they did, like, my dad did grow up strict, like, but I don't know much changed. But
All he really knew.
It's all he knew. But I feel like in the past couple years, he's gotten a little bit more laid back than he used to be, which I appreciate. Like,
Yeah.
with me growing older and my brother going off to college and everything, like, it's definitely been a blessing that he's like chilled out more over the years. So
Do you think like because I know you're the only girl, like the only daughter he has, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's maybe that like because
Oh,
I know you have an
100%.
older brother?
Yeah.
I think is it maybe just
he
'cause
has
you're the
way
only
more
daughter?
rules on me than he does
Yeah,
on my
It's
brother.
just his little baby.
Yeah.
we were talking about how my brother like and his girlfriend like just like that they don't really have money, like well they have rules like obviously, but they like I don't know, I was just talking to my dad and I was
He's
like, would
more
you let
lenient with
I
that,
was like, would
yeah.
you let that happen to me like when I get a boyfriend? He's like, yeah, no. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
it's like, okay. I was like, okay,
Got it.
Yeah.
thanks. But
Yeah.
he does have to. He literally told me it has to do that I'm his only girl, so he's more protective over me. But it's like
Yeah.
a little bit like I'm like,
I mean, I bet it's like a little bit more frustrating too. Like being in high school and it's like every girl just wants to go out with her friends. Like I swear,
Oh,
like that's all
that's
I
all I
want
wanna do. That's my
It's like,
hobby.
I just want to go out hang out with my
Yeah.
friends. But then it's like sometimes like my parents would be like, okay, you've hung out with your friends like every
day.
single day this week. Like let's hang out. Or it's like sometimes I'll ask because no one will be ready to like hang out till like 9 o'clock, and my parents are like it's too late. Like you have to stay home. And I don't know if it's like that for you, but I'm like, oh my god, like I just wanted to go out. Like
No,
why?
yeah.
Like it's so annoying. You know what I mean? But I can't imagine like how tough it might be for you too, like when everyone's hanging out. Like yesterday, I felt so bad. Like you had to go to
I know,
work.
I felt so bad. We were
And
all
everyone-
convincing you to stay, like to call.
Yeah.
they're all like call off, and I'm like, no, can't really do
No.
that.
Going to Europe in 2 days.
Yeah, I've got to
like
make that
hanging out.
money. Like,
Well, that's fun that you're going to Europe. I wish I had like that
Yeah,
experience to go.
my dad really is like all about like he loves making memories and
Yeah.
because we're blessed enough to get to do that, and I understand that that's such a blessing that we're allowed, like we have the opportunities to go on these amazing trips because not everyone gets to do that. But like that's one of the biggest things that he's about. He loves like going new places. He loves traveling, and he wants to like show us the world. So
Same with my dad.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Lucky. That sounds so cool. Well, you have to give me a seashell.
I'll
from
bring
wherever
a
you go.
I'll bring you a Jellycat.
I love
I'll
seashells.
bring you a Jellycat home. You get to
Just anything,
experience my
guys.
love for Jellycat.
Just a little souvenir from anywhere. Okay?
Don't worry.
So.
I'll give you a Jellycat from the home.
I'll bring
and
you
the
back an
apartment.
Italian man.
Oh! She got the best gift.
Okay, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Okay,
You're gonna have like 14 ads on Snapchat from like random
Okay,
Italian
guys, my
men.
dad's gonna watch this. Jeffrey.
Okay, next question.
Yes,
sorry, dope dad.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, Dad.
What's a hobby you enjoy doing with your dad?
Oh, listening to music. Me and my dad will get in the car,
Those speakers.
play some music. Oh my God, I'm so glad my dad's passed that on to me. Like, I have the best speakers in my car because of him. Like, that's how he grew up, is like him and his friends would like save up a bunch of money just to put some speakers in their car.
Yep.
And it wouldn't even be that great of a car either. Like, he told me, like, they'd be like the most like busted up cars. And he's like, let's just throw some dope speakers in this
Hey, that's
thing.
all you need.
And that was like his favorite thing ever. And I feel like growing up with my dad, that's how we bonded and connected the most, was through music. Like, I have so many memories of us like being in the car and just like blasting music together like that. We don't even have to talk. Like, it could just be us talking through music.
Yeah.
Like, just a certain song, I'd be like, oh, I'm literally just talking to you.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly
this.
right
Like,
now.
the way
This is
we're
exactly how I
talking
feel.
is just listening through music for me and my dad.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know. I feel like for us, like, that's my favorite thing to do with my dad, is just listen to music, or like he'll send me a song and be like, oh, you need to listen to this.
That
Like,
is
I know you were
literally-
talking to me about that.
That's 100% I agree. Like growing up with music, and like he introduces you to all like the old music.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, for
like you always know like the good, the actual good
The
music.
good
'cause your
music.
you know it's good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You know it's good when your dad still likes it like 20 years later.
Oh
No, yeah.
yeah. So like I totally like feel you on that one, because like
Yeah.
me and my dad bond over music all the like still like just each other's songs, but also food also. 'Cause, like,
Oh,
going back
really?
to, like going on like dad-daughter dates.
Yeah,
Like, just
yeah.
like bonding over food, like when it's just like all like, especially when it's like a nice restaurant, or like
Yeah.
you get to like
You know.
experience like
Yeah.
your drink being on fire or something like that. It's just
Oh,
like
yeah,
those like
yeah.
Oh my
do you know
God.
what I
That looks
mean?
cool.
It's like whiskey
yeah,
that they like
never,
light
like-
on fire, isn't it?
yeah, or some just like
something.
anything
Something like
really.
that.
I've seen one where it's like in a
Yeah.
cage and
Yeah.
there's like smoke coming
But
out.
like, see, like that's just like memories that like you can make with your dad, and it's
Yeah.
just like those memories like you'll never forget. So,
Yeah,
like, that's what
for
I
sure.
love, and I'm a foodie, so like
Yeah, food's the
know,
way to Misha's
That's-
heart.
yeah,
you
I
know?
was about to say that.
you know.
I'd say for me, it's more like vacation. As my dad loves to go on vacations, like same with
Yeah.
his dad, and like skiing. Whenever my dad's like, "You want to? Yep,
Yeah.
we're going there. We're San Diego for a day. Let's go. Come on, tomorrow, right?"
Yeah.
Like just like having to experience something new with my dad. I like I'm really excited to go to Europe because I get to experience something new with my dad and like try new food, go shopping, like have those like different little memories. He'd be like, "Remember that one time when we were in Europe at that restaurant
the best.
and we were laughing because Brody said this joke?" And
Yeah.
just like those little things, or just like hitting the slopes at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
with, like my whole family and my dad, like those kind of things. Like it like really just created my love for like the outdoors and experiencing new things. And like there's just like my memories with my dad. I'm like, remember that one trip that we went on like 2 years ago? It's like
Well, that's
those
how
kind
you
of
know
things.
you love it too, because you don't like to wake up before 11, and the fact
Hell
that you're waking
no.
up like
Wake up at like 8 a.m. to go skiing, boy.
yeah, that's how you know Abby loves it. What about you?
For me, like me and my dad bond over like TV shows, because like
Oh yes.
I work a lot during the weeks, so like me and my dad's favorite thing is because we don't really see each other, because then I'm off and on every other weekend with my dad, and then I'm hanging out with my friends, so like,
Yeah.
I don't get a ton of time to see him. But like our favorite thing to do is he'll like make us dinner, and then we'll just go and like we'll watch like crime shows together, like, and that's all we do is we just like
Like
sit on the
Dateline?
couch. It's like Criminal Minds.
I
Like,
love
yeah.
Dateline.
I was
we're
gonna
like
say Criminal
we're just like
Minds.
watching like binging Criminal Minds together, like
Yeah.
5 episodes, and like it's like the best. I don't know. Even though we don't really talk, it's just like the fact that
That
we're just there
silent
together.
bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, how is it that you can't watch horror movies, but you'll
Oh my
watch
God,
crime
literally.
shows? Like,
Bro, you
what?
have to go to Fear Street.
Well,
horror
That movie's really terrible. I don't know why people do that to themselves.
What?
That is.
Can you watch one
Oh,
tonight?
yeah, they were telling me about this earlier that you can't even. What was the movie?
Fear Street.
Girl.
Okay.
Let's be so
I hate
for real.
getting like jump scared. Like that's like
not
I
even
don't do
jump scared.
demons. I don't do
You
like
just can't like stress yourself out about it.
ghost demons.
Like, ask
no.
Ghost.
Pretend like it's not a scary movie.
No, but,
Pretend like it's, like, your
crime
enemy.
is, like you can kind of tell what's gonna happen. Like you're like, oh, that girl's
Girl,
about to get.
Crime's even worse because it actually happened.
Yeah,
but
what?
guys,
like,
Would you
what?
watch like a documentary?
Yeah,
Oh, like a girl like drowning?
That's even worse.
No,
That
but,
could
like,
actually happen to you.
Dahmer?
yes.
Okay, see, like,
But the way that they set these
That's
shows up, like you can
disgusting.
tell what's gonna happen.
I need a psychologist
you
to
know
look at
what's
your
gonna
mind.
happen.
I need a psychologist
No,
to
I
look at your
can't.
mind.
I don't understand.
Yeah, something's not right.
Well, like
I don't
There's a cord
understand.
loose.
I don't like getting jump scared. That's my thing. I don't like doing that. I don't like that feeling.
Yo,
Like,
we
when it's
know.
like- when it's like the music in the
Listeners.
background.
Oh,
and
it's just it's like
and I'm
staying
just
on
like-
one scene.
and you're like it's like panning the camera,
Yeah.
and I don't do that. So it's like if it's
I
like,
don't do
if
that.
it's like
Wait,
a voiceover,
wait,
someone being like, oh, and then he was at the room with her. and then
Kylie,
he
question.
stopped her. Like that's not
narrator.
scary.
Kylie,
Like, are we
question.
for real?
What's your opinion on the movie Coraline?
I've never seen that.
Girl,
so-
yeah,
Okay, we're
you
gonna
scared
watch
of
that
Yeah, that
tonight.
was the movie you were scared of. Coraline.
We're watching it tonight.
Okay.
She does not want to watch it.
Wait, what's your opinion on rom-coms?
I love them. They're cute.
Bro,
you.
okay,
Told you.
pass the bucket. Pass the bucket. Rom-coms, no. There's no.
We're out of here. No more
Bro.
tears.
It's like comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort movie though.
No,
Comfort.
those make me cry.
No, but like
Comfort movies?
sad.
Was you, like, cringed
sad
out or what?
romantics. Rom-coms.
Rom-coms? No,
Sad
'cause
romantics
they're,
are
like,
like my
so
favorite.
Oh, I mean,
I
the
love.
first time I ever watched Titanic was with my dad.
Titanic made me bawl.
I had never seen it, and I was like, what is this movie? And then he fell asleep. Obviously, my dad falls asleep during all movies.
That's my
but
mom.
like,
That's my
I
mom,
watched it
too.
and I was like crying, and I like look over. He's like dead asleep. I'm like,
He's like snoring.
Okay.
But I was like, wow, what a life change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love a
For
good
real.
sad romance movie. That's like my favorite.
Weight in
genre.
my heart,
I love
weight in my
crying
heart.
to a sad
That's
romance.
crazy.
5 Feet Apart.
All right, bro.
Okay,
So, then next
moving
question. When was the last time you had a one-on-one time with your dad, and what was the experience like?
We went to San Diego for a day. Literally.
Oh, nice. What was it like?
It was honestly amazing. We were experiencing SDSU. We were touring it, so
Okay.
it's a new thing.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. I like to like open my opinion to my dad about the school and just like what it was like there and stuff like that, and just like being able to like talk to him about something different than what we haven't talked about, or something that you can't talk about unless you experience it.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you talk about something if you've never been to it?
Yeah.
And just like that kind of thing. Even if it's such a simple like little one-day trip. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that must have been like weird for your dad too, though, like experiencing college with you. Like,
I know, like walking around the campus and like
but it's like it must be like
knowing that I might be going
bittersweet
there.
for him. Like, you're gonna be in a whole different state.
because I'm out of here. I'm either going to Colorado or California. I'm out of here.
There's no in between. There's no Arizona.
Either there or there, nowhere
Yeah.
else. And I just feel like it's weird, especially for my parents, like knowing that like I will be over 100 miles away.
Yeah.
I will be over a 2-hour drive away, and like I'm their first child. Like I won't ever get to experience how they feel until I'm like that age, like how
Yeah.
old they are. And I just like it's like feel like it's something you can never explain.
Yeah.
Like I would
It's like a bittersweet feeling.
yeah, like I would love to be able to feel, but I won't. And like I feel like it's hard for them to explain too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, me and my dad spent a lot of one-on-one time. Like, my mom's out of town right now, so this, like, whole week, it's just been, like, me and my dad at the house.
Oh, nice.
But my favorite, like, one-on-one time with my dad is probably when we fly to California for, like, Deftones concerts. Because that's me and my
nice.
dad's, like, band. Like,
Yeah.
Deftones, like, if we hear there's a concert in California or here, we're going there.
Yeah.
So, because, like, we have a house there, and so we just fly there and stay there, and we go. So I just love spending time with my dad and going to concerts, because, like, we
Yeah.
just both, like, bond over those, like, you know.
Yeah. That's definitely the same with me and my dad. Like, I've gone to basically every concert with him, and it's always just kind of been, like, our thing. Like, obviously, like, music's, like, our language. Like, that's how we
Yeah,
talk
it's
to one
so
another.
fun.
But I feel like I also enjoy, like, just the car rides with my dad. Like, I think the last time we were, like, in the car, just me and him, was probably, like, on Friday, like, right when summer started. Like, my sisters both, like, went to their friend's house after, like, their, like, 8th and 5th grade graduations. And we were just hanging out, like, the whole day, like, just driving around. And I feel like for my dad, too, like, we were just bouncing around, like, from work to work. And I think he gets a little stressed out sometimes. And sometimes I feel like he just, like, wants to, like, talk to someone, like, just feel heard.
Yeah.
That, like, with his stress and everything, I'm like, you know what, like, just talk to me. And so it's, like, those times, like, when we're in the car and he's able to just kind of, like, express how he feels. Because I know my dad doesn't really like to, like, talk on his emotions. And so it's, like, those little experiences where my dad's able to like open up with me like mean the world to me as well. Like it's just like I get to like know him a little bit better too. You know what I mean?
And you like learn so much too. Like,
Yeah.
Because like I feel like dads just try to like bottle up a lot because they're supposed to be like strong.
Yeah.
They're like our dad. Like they're not supposed to show like emotion. I feel like they think that.
Yeah.
But like it really is such like a good like experience to like see how your dad like really feels about like things and like what's going on in his life that's like making him feel like these ways and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kylie, is this like question more about like when was the last time or like what's your favorite time?
When?
It could
Or
be
either.
whenever, like whichever one.
Okay. Well, like the last time I spent one-on-one time with my dad was like last week when after I got home from work and my brother was like out with his girlfriend or something. Like we just hang out and like made dinner and then just we were talking for a little bit.
Aw.
What did you guys have for dinner?
Do you normally make dinner with your dad? Yeah, I was just
I
about
was
to
gonna say, like,
No, actually not really. He kind of it's like a surprise once in a while.
Yeah.
I usually just like make food for myself and then like go in my room and eat it.
Yeah.
what do you like
or,
to
like-
make for yourself?
Oh, like I'm cooking like chicken.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Chicken and
I
broccoli.
don't even know.
When can you make me that food?
I don't even know.
Roasted
how to, like, prep
broccoli.
chicken.
pretty fire. But my dad like he'll like make like steak or like
Yeah, he made steak the other day.
yeah, I know, I was mad.
We walked in, he was like,
wasn't
I
mad.
made steak. She was like, without me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said the steak was mad. I was like, I wasn't mad.
No, I was mad because he made steak without me.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like dads have like a certain way of cooking, and I'm always like annoyed when I can't eat their food because my dad
Oh, I
makes
know.
the
My dad never
best
Well, my dad
steak.
my dad never cooks. So
My dad
like when
never
he
cooks.
does, I'm like,
They know how to use that grill.
Oh,
That's
the grill.
why.
Yes. Well, my
My
dad
mom on
always
a grill.
cooks.
Grilling
My
is
dad
so
cannot cook for
My
life.
mom almost never cooks, but both my parents are like fantastic chefs. Like I swear, like
Bro, your grandma's cooking though?
I think it's just my whole family. Like
Oh,
no,
her grandma's
not to
cooking?
brag,
Oh,
but
we can talk about the rest of the podcast is about Kieran's
just
family's
my
cooking.
family's
Oh
cooking.
my god, it's
Let's
literally like
get
a different
into that.
experience. Like
I swear.
I swear I was like out of my body. It was like a life experience. Like eating that
eating that
avocado
rice.
Oh, God,
and that
yeah.
rice. Oh my god.
The avocado. The guacamole. She's like, what was that guacamole, girl? This is awesome.
bro.
Izzy was like over here like
She was like, sweating. She was sweating.
Oh, it was
I know.
so good. I was
Maybe
like, about
she
to
like over
drench
here
my
on the
whole
like second plate.
I had fourths, girl. I don't know what you're
I
about
literally, like,
second.
I
I had
think
a
that's
whole,
why I
you know,
feel
those big,
bad.
big plates. That was covered in rice.
I think I feel bad when like
Hey,
a couple
girl.
people are like, "Oh, do you want to come over and eat dinner?" And I'm like, "No, no, not really." I'm like,
I don't
just
blame
eat out
after
my
experience,
house.
after experiencing the cooking. I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll just eat here first.
Yeah, you
like,
would not want to be at my house for dinner. I'm telling you.
I would still eat,
Girl,
bro.
you'd shove it down because you want to be nice.
I'd be like,
like-
"This is great."
you're like-
and then you're like texting
Water?
your mom, like,
Into the
make me,
dog.
save me a plate.
yeah, I'll
Like,
be like,
Pass
give
it
it to the dog.
You're like, do you have
Guys,
water?
I gotta go. Like it's my time.
Where's the flavor?
You're done.
Yeah, I'd be like, you
Can I have some, like-
you don't have any guac?
Peppers?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Bro.
Any guac is good.
got that spicy guac?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I have some of that
Have you guys been putting the questions
Yeah.
back in there?
No, I just been
Okay,
keeping
good.
them right here.
Okay,
yeah.
good. I was like,
Can you pass it to me after? I actually want some.
A little parched.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, this is kind of like a similar question. What is a core memory you have with your dad? I'll start.
Okay, yeah.
One of my favorite like core memories I have with my dad is one time like freshman year, like it was like in the middle of the fall, so it was like really nice weather. I was like sad about something that was happening with my friends, and it was like a random like Saturday, and he was like, "We're gonna go on a day trip," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "Okay, get in the car, let's go," and we go to this like little like farm thing. It's like 45 minutes away.
Oh, I think I know where that is.
And we got to like pick like strawberries, and like my dad like and I were just like walking around this little farm area, and there were like animals, and we got to like then go shopping, and my dad loves candy, so we went to this really big candy store, and my dad like let me pick out like my favorite stuff, and like it was just really fun. That was like unexpected that he did for me like when I was sad.
Aw.
that's so sweet.
I love the best kind of like love, like when he doesn't have to like say anything, he can just like
Yeah.
kind of like an act of service. If that makes sense.
I like too when dads like know that you're upset
Yeah.
and you don't have to even say anything.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they're like, all right, let's try to pick you back up.
Oh, for
Yeah,
real.
100%.
You know. I don't know.
I'd say my core memory. It's like probably one of my first ever memories I had. I was probably like 5.
Yeah.
Like I was baby.
yeah.
Oh, so you
And-
remember.
I had this little princess suitcase, and my dad had told me he was going on a work trip, And Case, my other brother, was probably about like 3. Brody was probably just born. And my dad, I go on a work trip up in Houston. That's where his sister lives. Mm-hmm. And I don't even remember what we were doing. I just remember feeling like so lucky that he picked me to like go on this little work trip with him, and that I got to like go on a flight with him by myself.
So cute.
And like he let me sit in the aisle, and like he never.
Yeah.
He is the aisle.
Dads always take the aisle seat.
And I remember,
Wait, really?
Fight.
I'm never really on the plane.
He let me sit there, and I was like, I felt like God. I was like, this is the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
I get whatever I want. And I just
The
remember
aisle
feeling
seat's crazy.
I just remember feeling so lucky that I got to experience that moment and like be able to go experience that and be like, I gotta go on vacation with my dad alone.
Yeah.
And especially like rubbing into my brother and like having my own little suitcase that has princesses on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would still use it to this day.
Yeah.
But just like that kind of thing, like I don't know, just something that stuck with me. It's like one of those memories like you don't really remember a lot from like your child, like not childhood, but like you don't remember what you're doing at 3 years old.
Yeah.
And like it was one of those first times that I actually remember what happened, and it's like that like core memory that just like stuck with me.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, mine was probably last summer when me and my family went to Costa Rica, and me and my dad, like when we go on like family vacations, like me and my dad kind of like go off on our own like sometimes, and it was like my whole mom's side, so my mom and like her like parents were like off on like a tour or something, and
Yeah.
we were so mad, me and my dad, because they had been seeing like all these animals the whole trip, and we hadn't seen like shit, like no
Yeah.
animals, and we're like, what the hell, like where are these like monkeys, like, and so I don't know who else has, but we went to a bar, and me and my dad were like sitting there at the View, and like we like drank like because like there's no like really like drinking age in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So we
10.
got some like drinks, and it was honestly like such a good like memory. I love that because me and my dad were drinking a little bit, and then we hear some like noises behind us, and we look behind us, and there's monkeys climbing.
monkeys.
No way.
Because we were in like this like bar hut, and it was
yeah.
there's like this like leaf roof or whatever, and so we're
Yeah.
like hearing the leaves move, and we see, and it just drops down. It's like this little baby monkey.
Aw.
Yeah.
And me and my dad go crazy because we're like obviously like a little bit drunk, and so
Yeah.
then we're like, oh my gosh, like the monkeys, and we're like trying to grab our phones and like record them, and we're like, we finally saw them, and there was like a cat also, and we're just like, wow, like that's
Yeah.
crazy. And so I just loved that memory because like it was just so fun, and like
Yeah.
you know. But yeah.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's
It's
so
actually really cute.
Yeah.
It's so like wholehearted.
Uh-huh.
So innocent.
I really like that. That's actually a dope story. I think for me, obviously, it's music related again because
Obviously.
you know,
Hobby, it wouldn't be music.
it wouldn't be Keridan Cole if it wasn't music.
Yeah,
So,
Drake.
well, actually, me and my dad went to go see 21 Savage, but his opener was JID, and me and my dad have been listening to JID since like 6th grade, like 5th or 6th grade. And I remember in 9th grade, he was finally coming here, like, on tour, and I was so excited to go and see him. I was like, oh, my God, like, there's no way, like, he's going on tour. And I was like, Dad, we have to go. But it was literally the day before his concert, I knew that he was going to be here, and, like, he was like, we just can't go. Like, it's not that kind of party. Like, it's a little bit harder rap, so my dad was like, maybe we shouldn't really go, like, to that kind of concert when you're this young. I was like, okay, whatever. So last year, we found out that JID was opening for 21 Savage. I was like, oh, we have to go.
Oh,
like, I need to see
It's a
JID.
given.
And so we go, and we're like, my mom got us like front row. Like, it's like pit, and we're
Oh, I
literally like
remember.
the front row right
That's,
after
like,
that.
sick, bro.
Oh my God, it was amazing. And I remember like we were like waiting for him to come on, and I like saw some of the songs on his set list, and it like wasn't really any of the songs that we really wanted to hear. And so I was like, darn it, like our favorite songs never. And it didn't say he was gonna perform that song. And I was like, bro, like that's like our favorite song. So we're waiting for him to come on, and he's like talking to us a little bit, like JID's talking to the crowd or whatever. And you know, my phone's out and everything. I'm like recording the whole thing, and the beat to Never starts playing. First song he plays. And I swear, you can hear me and my dad, like, I literally turn around, I looked at my dad, I go, no way, oh my God. And I'm like, Dad, like, it's all on video. And I'm recording, I'm like, he's singing Never. I'm like with my ex-boyfriend and his dad too, who don't even listen to this artist. And I'm like literally like in tears, like crying.
I
because
freaked
like
out.
he's like in front of me performing like me and my dad's like favorite song. And I remember like after that song, like, there's like a part where he switches the beat, and he like stopped the song right there, and I was like, bro, like that's like the best part. And me and my dad were like, no, you can even hear us in the video. We're like, no, like he skipped it. And then he goes right back onto the beat and continues and finishes the song, and we're like, oh my God.
Like,
And it
coolest
was
moment
so,
ever.
oh my God, it was so dope. Like for us to like be able to experience that. And I remember too, he was like holding up the shirt that said like JID on it. And I swear
yeah.
to God, JID pointed at my dad, like
Hell
holding
yeah,
up
bro.
the shirt. He's like, I see you, man. He's like, thanks for repping or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, JID knows who we are. Like he literally just
famous
saw us,
now.
like,
You are famous
he knows
now.
who we
You
are.
pretty much got VIP passes right
I
there.
literally did. And then
Meet and greet.
21 Savage didn't even perform like his whole thing. Like he got off like
remember.
after 3 songs.
21 for 21 minutes.
Literally. And
my
I
God.
was so happy. I was like, honestly, I just came here to see JID. I'd already seen 21, but I was like, the fact that that was our experience seeing like JID like was like insane for me. I was like,
Hell
oh my
yeah,
God. Like,
bro.
that is like my favorite memory with my dad.
That's
like
so
that was
sweet.
so awesome for me. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No,
but I was
that's
like,
what we're here for,
that's
bro.
my favorite
Yeah.
memory.
No, that's
with
like,
my
I'd
dad, for
freak if
sure.
that happened to me. That's dope, bro.
It was insane. I remember we went and saw Drake.
Drake,
He,
obviously.
but he came down the stairs that me and my dad were at, and I was like, Dad, like I
Your
was
public profile.
You touch him?
Oh yeah, my public profile is literally the photo of
You're
Drake.
almost stalker.
And yes, and I almost touched Drake. Like I was like out like this, and there was this lady in front of me, and my foot got stuck. My foot got stuck in the chair. 'cause,
It literally is.
Whoops, I just hit this thing. But I told you, like, I swear, like, it's like, it was crazy. Like, oh my God. I just remember me and my dad, like, being crazy over JID. Like, it was so good. But yeah, that's basically it. That's my
Fire.
memory, so.
Little they be popping, yo.
Little Tabby Popper.
What is something you wanted to? Oh wait, I feel like we already said that. It's the exact same question.
You could pick a different one.
Okay. It's just like the same. Like, what was one thing you want to tell your dad?
Oh, okay.
How well do you think you know your father?
I definitely know my dad.
Yeah, I'd say I know my dad like pretty well.
Yeah. I think he's super open and honest with me about like especially about all the stuff that he's done too when he was younger, like around my age. Like my dad definitely tells me like everything. So
Oh, yeah.
I think I like really know him.
I feel like my dad's more of like closed off. Like, I didn't really know how emotionally he was truly until like this year, like in October and November, and like I didn't really realize like how much like things like that affected him. And so like me and my dad are both learning about each other, because like what happened I already talked about.
Yeah.
Like, we're just both learning about each other a lot more, so I feel like there's a lot more I could know about my dad, and I felt like I was kind of naive about like who he was as a person beforehand, so I'm excited to get to know more about him.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, my dad's really closed off. He does not talk about feelings. He just, it's not his thing. It's not his strong suit. So most of the stuff I know about my dad growing up, or like how he was, came from like my grandma or my grandpa. Like my dad he's not like open like that. He doesn't really talk about his feelings ever.
Yeah.
He's really quiet to himself.
Do you wish that he would open up to you?
I do, just because I feel like I don't know, like I know him, but I've only known him for like 17 years, so
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know the rest of his life at all. Like really, I wish I knew more about him and how he grew up, but
Do you think there's like ways that you could like do things with your dad to make him open up more about it, or no?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Like he'll like say like some things about his childhood, or like him growing up, but he doesn't really share
Like
a lot.
elaborate or
Yeah.
Yeah, like he doesn't go in
Yeah.
detail about
No.
it. I understand.
No, yeah, I get that.
Do you think like as you get older, maybe he'll like start to open up a little bit more?
Maybe we'll find out.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Maybe when you guys
too.
both have a
Right.
drink, in like 10
Yeah,
years.
right. Like what
Yeah.
I was saying, like like when you turn 21, like
At the bar, have a little drink.
I feel like with parents too, like I feel like sometimes they're afraid to say too much because I feel like they think we're gonna view them differently.
I
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
which sucks also. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like I just would never want.
Like, I wanna get to know
anyone-
you.
Right. Like
Yeah,
I
you know what I
wouldn't want
mean?
anyone in my family to like think I'd ever like judge them for like
Oh,
anything
no.
that's
Yeah.
happened. So yeah, I like when people are like open with me. Like also my friends too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe he'll open up with you when you're older. I know that's
Yeah.
kind of how one of my dad's friends is he like hasn't told his son anything about like his childhood, like growing up with my dad. Like my dad tells me stories about his friends and like what they used to do, and I'm like, oh, you don't know that about like your dad? And he's like, no, like I've never heard any
Right?
of these stories.
Yeah.
So I just think it's primarily just because like maybe they just don't want us to like view them a certain way.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be like, oh,
Hopefully-
that's-
Well, I know like my dad like went through a lot as like a kid with like his dad, and like it definitely affects our relationship with his dad's side of the family now, like,
Yeah.
because I obviously want to be close to my grandpa, but like my grandpa wasn't always like how he is now when
Yeah.
my dad was a kid. So my dad's not like, he still distanced himself from that family, and I like know that all my cousins and everyone are like, and I wish I was closer with them. And like my cousins will tell me stuff about like my own dad, and I'm like, oh, like I didn't even know that, or
Yeah,
like
right.
Yeah.
something about my own family that I didn't even know, because my dad, I don't know, he doesn't really talk about his family ever, and like we do like see them like often because they live here, but like it's not the same, because
Yeah.
he like
Yeah.
he still is
not
pretty
hearing it
distant
from him.
Like he's the most distant kid out of like the whole family. Like he just doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't spend enough time with his family in my opinion, but I can't judge him because he has a different view on my grandfather than I do.
Yeah. That must be difficult though.
Is it your turn? Yeah.
What is the hardest part about being young?
I'm so excited for this question.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I was
dealing
so
with
excited.
immature people.
Oh, yeah.
How
That-
inconsiderate
Friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
how
that's just
inconsiderate people are.
yeah, that is probably the hardest part about being young, is knowing who is your real friend and who is
right.
actually gonna have your back in the long run, and like you can't find that,
No.
especially not at
And
the
the amount
school
of
we
people
go
that-
to.
Oh, definitely.
Think about how many
the amount of
times
people that do you wrong
Oh
and just
my
don't
God.
care. Like,
think about how many times your mom has a friend that's from college and on, never from like younger than like
Yeah, that's why our
High
parents
school.
don't have, like, my dad probably talks, like, he told me that he talks to like one or two people from his high school.
yeah. Same
And
with
that's,
mine.
Yeah, it's
there's
the
a
same with
reason
my
for
parents,
that.
too.
Like, there's obviously a reason for that. It's because the people in high school are just not
Fake.
I just
real.
think
Yeah,
everyone's
they're
really
not real.
inconsiderate about
Literally.
others' emotions.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just so selfish. No one really like thinks about like how this could affect someone else. And I think it kind of creates a toxic like environment, and like we're all trying to figure out our own selves. We're all like, the only thing we have as a teen is like emotion. We don't really have anything to give. We're trying to figure out ourselves, trying to figure out what we want to be, who we want to be, like who we're surrounding ourselves with. It's so like new and so fresh that it just like it can get really messy, and I think it just like can create really toxic environments and like inconsiderate people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you learn so many lessons when you're young.
Oh,
like also
yes.
that's like a really hard part, is because like again, like your dad teaches you that to go through these things and make mistakes so you learn from them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yeah, like when you're young, you have to go through a lot of mistakes so that in the future you know not to make those mistakes. And like it's just, that's like a really big part.
the hardest
Yeah.
thing for me was like, it's probably like how I'm perceived, because for me, like I'm just obsessed with like it like hurts me when like people are like, oh, I don't like her, or like I don't know, like I am so worried about how I'm perceived to other people that I always want to be like liked, and
Yeah.
like that's really hard for me when like something like that might go wrong that hurts my image or hurts how other people like think of me.
Yeah.
Like that's so hard for me to
We
like
love you,
wrap
Kylie.
my hand.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
I can
we all love
understand
you.
that. Yeah, I totally understand that. I think like I know a lot of people, when they like before they get to know me, they always tell me that they think that they're scared of me, or that they think I'm gonna like fight them, or like that I'm gonna like call them out for something that they did. And like no, I just keep my guard up. Like I'm not a
Yeah.
people pleaser. I will not please you because
Yeah, at least you
for
know
any
that.
reason. Like you have to earn my respect. Like that's why I think people are scared of me, is because I'm like I know like my worth. Like I know
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like show you bullshit because you're showing me bullshit. Like I'm not gonna like
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
like the
That's
opposite
like
with
honestly,
me.
And if that ruins
that's a really
yeah,
good trait to have.
yeah, and if like that ruins my reputation, then so be it. Like I have real friends. I know I have real
I
friends.
wish I was more like that.
And yeah, I mean, it's also hard though, because like I know a lot of people pleasers. Like I know a lot of them, and like when I hear why, like I totally understand it, because like some people, like I try to be as empathetic as I can be, because like you never know what someone's going through.
Oh,
Yeah.
you never know what happens behind closed
Never.
doors. I think I'm the-
And like even though like some people are just like really awful and rude, like you just kind of have to always like just keep your guard up and like make sure like you're always protecting yourself.
But no, I definitely wish I was more like you in that sense, because like I don't do confrontation. I don't like if I have a problem with someone.
I admire you for that.
Literally Mischa.
I admire you for that.
like if someone has a problem with me, or if I have a problem with someone, I'm not gonna say it. Like if there's a misunderstanding, it's not gonna be talked about. I just don't do it. I literally will break down, and if anyone yells at me, I cry. Like I can't.
I understand
I
that.
can't do that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish that I could be able to like bring up my issues with someone to their face, like not in a non-attacking way, but like I just can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
And that's understanding though. Like it takes a lot to like actually like, you know, like especially when there's like situations where like you actually need to stand up for yourself or else like something like bad might happen where it's just like I just kind of like forget everything and I'm just like say it to my face. Like if you want to say something, say it to my face and then we can have a conversation about it. But I can see how that can be hard for some people because like I see like when people confront other people, they're like shaking and like stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like very just like always good to just like keep your calm and like make sure like you know what's right and like that's just what like
Stay true to your own word.
yeah, and that's why like I just don't like, you know, obviously not a lot of people very like me that much, but I think they're just like I don't know how to explain it, like
They're mad because
they're
you're
scared.
real.
I guess they're
Yeah.
scared. Yeah, exactly.
What I admire about you.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. And that's why I love being such that's why I just like ride for my friends and my family. Like
Yeah.
if someone were to ever hurt one of my friends, like I'm going through this with one of my friends right now, like her boyfriend is like just so awful to her and like it makes me so sad to like see my friends be sad over guys especially and just like anyone hurting them because my friends are the most important thing to me. So
Yeah.
like if there was ever like a situation where like someone was trying to like say shit about my friend or like do something about my friend, like I'm always going to be 10 toes behind my friends. Like if you ever need me to do something for you, I'll do it within like the snap of the fingers. Like I'm here for you. So like I just think that's like a really big, like I just love doing that.
Yeah.
To like make sure,
Yeah.
especially for little people pleasers.
Little baby Kaika.
I feel like something that's difficult, and then we can move on, but I was just saying, I think that it's hard to just try and, like, find out, like, who you want to be, because I feel like it's so difficult, like, being in high school, but also, like, it's so easy for people to, like, make a mistake and then, like, never recover from it. Like, I know we were talking about it yesterday. Like, people get canceled now.
Yeah.
Like, over the, like, the craziest things. I'm like, really? Like, we're upset because of that?
You
Like,
can't ruin someone's life for a mistake, especially
Oh my
when
God,
they're
over
young.
all
mistake.
learning.
People
That's the
change
thing.
all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be convinced that the same person 4 years ago is the exact
same
same,
person
now.
now.
Right.
Exactly.
Like that's not
Especially when we're so young and we're changing and we're
right.
developing.
And that's why like
Yeah.
people like are so like they don't forgive. Like I swear these people like especially in our age they like once one person gets labeled with something that's how they are for the rest of high
Yeah.
school or like that's how everyone thinks of them. And it's like actually that's not true. They've completely changed like
Right.
themselves like but people just don't want to hear it and
Well, I
people
think
don't
it's
listen.
also important just to like meet everyone and talk to everyone. Like just because someone looks a certain way or talks a certain way doesn't label them or like classify them as someone like I don't like if they dress like that doesn't mean they are that.
Yeah.
Like you have
Kind
to
to
just
everyone.
meet everyone. Like just talk to everyone. Just like be considerate of other people and like just be nice. Like
kinda like-
I don't understand why everyone's just a fucking bitch.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like I kind of want to go back to like kindergarten because it's like no one was labeled as anything. in
No.
kindergarten.
No,
You
everyone
guys
was
were
friends.
All
Like
just,
remember
in a class
inviting your
together.
entire class to your birthday
Yeah,
party?
and like
Yeah.
sitting on like the carpet together and like listening to the teacher. Like you literally when everyone would come to your
Yes.
like I could not imagine.
It's like your
inviting,
entire
like,
class
people
invited.
in my
Imagine
like
inviting, like,
English class or
Bro,
like
I was
Oh
just
my
about to
God.
say,
If I had
imagine
to invite everyone in our
inviting-
fucking
Going to
eighth
the head.
class.
I was just about to
Bro,
say
I-
going to the head.
Someone would die. Someone would end up dead.
But like that's the thing. Like I think it's so crazy. Like we can't all like just be friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I
it
wish
really
it was
sucks.
just that.
I wish it was
easy.
different.
like I wish
I
it
feel like-
stayed like kindergarten.
Yeah.
For real.
I think it's difficult too because it's like, of course, like the second high school hits, people are experimenting with like, you know, weed and drinking and all other stuff. But then it's like you're classified and labeled as like a stoner or you
Like,
know,
if you
an
just, like,
alcoholic.
do that
But it's
once, then you're just labeled
yeah,
bad.
someone
Makes no
tried
sense.
it, but like, what's the harm? Like I feel like a bunch of kids our age do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, but if the popular kids our age do it, it's like,
okay.
oh, it's whatever.
Oh, well, they're just like
You know what I
partying,
mean?
you know?
Like I feel like it's so hard for people to like make a mistake and learn how to like move on.
especially if
from
they're
it.
not like if they're already classified as like the popular people or the
Yeah.
partying group, they're just classified as that. So whatever they do just goes.
And then that's just their label. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I feel like
And
it-
they
hate
and then
that
like they
stereotype
think
so
that
much.
everyone like
I hate it.
idolizes them, but really we all just like don't like them.
Yeah.
yeah.
In the end, we hate them all.
And like they think, and I feel like they just think it's
They
like
think they're all
jealousy or
that.
something, but it's like, girl, like why would I be jealous of you?
They think they're all that, and they're really just
Bruh.
actually embarrassing themselves.
Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy. I wish it wasn't like that.
It's
I
just
wish it was
hard.
different.
Yeah.
It's really hard to like just see how many people can be just so immature at once.
And that's what people
Right.
say. That's why there's a peak in high school thing.
yeah. yeah.
I see a
that's
lot.
why there's a peak in high
I
school.
see a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it just makes it harder to try and like be a kid.
Be
Yeah.
yourself. Be
You know what I
different.
mean?
Like,
It is really
I think
like,
being different is classified as being weird when it's just like you're being yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just all I wanted to say. So.
No, I get it.
How well do you think your dad knows the real you?
I don't think he does, but I think he's learning.
Yeah.
I think my dad knows like kind of the real me. Obviously, there's a boundary with dads and daughters, like a big one.
Yeah.
But I feel like, like other than that, like boundary, like But yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I open up with my dad about literally everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's like yeah, like
I'm happy you
especially-
have that like person that you can open up to.
Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, like there was like this time my sister lied about stealing like this marble.
no.
And
Stop.
no, but here's the thing. I
looking
took the
for
blame.
this.
Yes, I'm not gonna go into detail, but I like took the blame for it, and ever since like I have never like lied or stole anything, and I feel it like lying doesn't get you anywhere, especially with your parents. If you're gonna try and go out places, lying's not gonna get you anywhere. Like what's gonna like the trust, like nothing happens to that trust.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've like seen it with like ex-boyfriends where they lie to
That's
their
what I'm
parents
saying, yep.
all the time, and it's like, look at where they are now
I'm not gonna get you
compared to like where I am now and where they are. It's like I have the trust built with my parents and they don't.
They're just digging a hole for themselves.
Exactly, and it doesn't get them anywhere. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm still moving forward.
And
you know
then
what I mean?
again, you just like ruin your relationship with your parents.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. So
For me, it's like hard to open up to my dad just because he is closed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like anytime that I've tried to open up to him, I feel like he doesn't really like know how to like help me with, it's not necessarily like my issues, but like because he doesn't share with me, I don't feel the need to share with him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Right, it's like-
That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like share everything with him because I feel like he doesn't really like care, not necessarily, but like I don't know, he doesn't share his stuff. Like he doesn't feel like his stuff's important to share with me, so I don't feel like my stuff's important to share with him.
It's like respect.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you can't just have respect. It has to be like equal. Like you can't
Yeah.
just like expect to give everything and not receive anything back.
yeah.
yeah.
So
And
I
it
feel
kind of
like
like sucks in a way because like I feel like for me like I always go to my dad for stuff and like he always comes for me like he's always here for things about me too, and like I just wish you could kind of experience that because it is a really great relationship to like be able to like talk to somebody like so close and literally at like whenever time. It's not like you're like texting your friend like waiting for them to respond like to how you feel about like some situation. It's like your dad's always like right there,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
since my dad works so much, it also is hard because like today, like I literally was asking to have help with my car because I thought my car was broken. I just had the fuel cap off.
Oh,
I thought it was broken. It had like the warning sign, everything. But I was like, Dad, can you help me? And he was like, I have to close this deal right now. Like I understand what he's doing, but just like I just like tried to go to him to help, and it just was like closed off. And it's
Yeah.
just like just the second he said I can't, it's just like okay, then I'm done asking you.
Yeah.
right. I feel
All right,
that
then I'm
way.
not gonna ask you again.
I feel that way
Yeah.
about everyone, not just my dad. Like if someone does it to me and just kind of like shuts me down, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll do it myself.
Never mind.
I'll
And I
figure
feel
it out.
like
I'm
why did I
good.
even ask?
even
Like,
just
you
like
know?
that small thing with that also responds to me like opening up to him about him. Like it's just like it just builds up. So it's like okay, well if you were like that, then I'm just not. Why do I tell you about my day?
I feel like it makes me feel like an inconvenience. It's like
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
for trying to make
I
you
know.
want to be involved in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
No, for sure.
I don't know.
And I just feel like since he does work so much, it kind of creates a boundary because he's always doing that. He's always on a work call and he's always
Yeah.
closing a deal and he's always doing that. And like I'm not saying he doesn't work hard and what he's doing is great. Like I'm happy. I'm happy that he's providing for my family. But I just feel like it doesn't give me enough opportunities to open up to him because even at dinner he's talking about sports or he's thinking about his next deal that he has to go close because he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it closes like opportunities that I want to like open up to him about something and I can't, or like I feel like what I express to him when I do express, he's like, wait, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, then I'm not going to do it again. Like I'm not explaining my entire 30-minute story again because you weren't listening because you were thinking about your work deal that you have to go close.
or like
Yeah.
you're on your phone.
Yeah, and I feel like that just closes like that kind of relationship off when it could be so easy to open.
Yeah.
And I feel like I keep trying. I've been trying for 17 years now.
Yeah.
And I will continue to try. But like I've even expressed it, like I feel like he doesn't try and it's just I'll fix it and then the next day it's like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
It's like right back to normal.
And it's just like, all right, then I'm done trying.
Yeah.
But I want that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I don't know how to like get that to happen.
Well, I mean, hey, maybe if they watch the video,
And I know he
guys.
will. I know my mom will make him.
the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Then maybe it'll be like a little insight. You know?
I hope.
I'm hiding this from my dad.
You're hiding from your dad? What?
I
Boy,
just don't talk to my dad like that.
neither do I. That's why I'm hoping if he watches this, he'll change.
Yeah.
My mom will be watching.
Aw.
Hi, Kylie's mom.
Mother's Day.
Hi, Kylie's mom.
Hi, mom.
Here you go.
Next topic.
She hates pulling them. Oh, no, wait, no. Abby hates pulling them.
No, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abby's the one that hates it.
What is one thing you wish your parents understood better?
That I wish I had a relationship with him like that, like I just said.
Yeah.
Parents or
wish-
just your dad? Your dad.
My dad. My mom is always.
Abby's
sit
mom's
down.
like her biggest cheerleader.
Oh, my mom is my biggest She is always there. But my dad, I just said a couple minutes ago, like I wish he understood that I really wanted that relationship with him because I have it with my mom times 100, and I wish that like at least times 10 I could have that with my dad.
I think for me, I hope that, like, I wish my parents understood that when I'm upset, it's not because of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's never because of them. Like, sometimes I feel like just being a girl, it's, like, really hard for me to try and, like, not, like, to turn off the mood swings because I'll be, like, really happy and then all of a sudden I'm
We're
like,
teenagers and we're girls, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I hope, like, my dad especially, like, I know my mom gets it because she was there once too, but it's, like, for my dad, like, I know sometimes it's defeating for him because I feel like he thinks, like, oh, there's just no way to connect with, like, me and my sisters. Because I know, especially with my sisters now, like, as they're getting older, they're kind of, like, doing their own thing and, don't really seem to have any interest in hanging out with my parents. And I remember I was there too, where I was like, I just want to hang out with my friends only. Like, I'm glued to my phone. Like, please leave me alone and everything. But it's like, I hope that they know, like, I love them so much. And anytime I'm in a bad mood, it's not because of them. And they're not an inconvenience. Like, I want them in my life.
No, for real.
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel bad. And I, like, when I storm off into my room, I, like, realize it after. I'm like, wait, I shouldn't have done that. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Or
I
just
feel
like
bad.
when you're having a bad morning and like you're late to school and you're rushing around and they're like
Yeah.
asking you questions, you're just like pissed off. Like,
No, yeah.
don't talk. And then you just like, you go to school and you're
Yeah.
like, fuck. Like,
You just-
why?
I just-
And you, like,
Yeah.
respond a certain way. And
yeah.
it's,
And
like,
then you like text them and like whatever. But like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just you. That's why you just have to like watch what you say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I just like I want my parents to understand that like I just love them so much, but like you know everyone says things that,
Yeah.
you know, and that's why you have to like always watch what you say.
Yeah. I think that's just the biggest thing for me is, like, I hope that they know, like, it's never, like, towards them. Like, whatever's
Right.
happening, like, in my world, like, I hope it doesn't affect them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I know for a fact, like, when me and my sisters get in, like, a bad mood, like, it'll affect their entire day. Like, they'll be, like, in the worst mood after that, too. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to put you in that bad mood.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, I come home and I'm, like, in the best mood now, and they're like, oh, look who's happy. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Exactly.
Right.
sorry. It's like, it wasn't because of
my
you.
bad.
My
Like,
bad,
oh,
guys.
whoops. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I just hope that they understand that. It's like
Yeah.
nothing towards them. So
It's not personal.
yeah, not personal at all. But yeah.
My turn.
Yeah.
You got it.
Dun, dun, dun.
You got it, boy.
It's a long one.
It's okay.
Joking. Does it feel like fathers care about what's happening in their kids' lives or the things that are important to them?
I
Wait.
think
Repeat it one more time. Sorry. sorry.
she gotta take a deep breath for this one.
Sorry.
Does it feel like fathers care about what's happening in their kids' lives or the things that are important to them?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like depends on like who your dad is, like if
Yeah.
they really put in that effort, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean my dad does, so.
Yeah. I think for me, like I said, like my dad, like
I got scared.
yeah, me too.
Wait for the red one.
My dad, like, growing up with just girl daughters, like, bro, we're all interested in, like, makeup and, like, oh my God, like, you know, all the girly stuff. And my dad's like, bro, like, really, like, all this stuff. Like, my sisters, like, the music that they're listening to, my dad's like, this is, like, hurtful to my
Is it like Taylor Swift and like Gracie?
Oh, yeah, like, Chrissy, like, she's going into, like, her own thing right now. But it's, like,
like what?
like, she's listening to K-pop right now. And she was
see,
listening
that's
to,
just-
like...
yeah, you know.
But it's like for my dad, it's like, okay, well, you know, as long as she's happy, you know what I mean? I feel like he kind of shows his own support, but it's like even when he's not interested in it, he still tries to stay like involved in our lives.
See,
Especially with drama too, with girls, like the drama that we have is like crazy. But my dad's always like, "How was your day?" Like always asks us. Like he always calls me after school too. Like to ask how my day was. He's like, any drama happened? Because, like, he wants to know all that. Even though my dad doesn't care, he claims he doesn't care about drama, I know that he wants to hear it all just because, like, he cares about, like, what's going on.
That's such a good trait. Like,
Yeah.
I just, like, I love that.
I know my dad cares about what's going on in my life, even though sometimes it seems like he doesn't because he doesn't always ask me about it or, like, talk to me about those things. I just know that he cares because he's my dad and I know he loves me.
Yeah.
I feel like since my dad does have 2 boys, and those 2 boys are sports obsessed, like
Yeah.
one of my brother's rooms is just covered in sports and Chiefs and
Yeah.
Kansas stuff. We're big KU fans, Kansas. But it's just hard because I've also with that boundary that I explained a little earlier, like with my dad just being like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's like he's either talking about sports and my brothers, and he doesn't really care about cheer or dance or those extremely girly things that I'm into. So I feel like it's hard to like express to him like what happened at cheer because he doesn't understand it, and
Yeah.
he'd rather just hear about my brother's sports practice, or he'd rather hear about, because he's my brother's coach for baseball, like their next play or the next move that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And it's just like I feel like I can't like talk to him about that stuff, and it just like I know he cares, and he's always all my comps, like he'll go 100 on the interstate just to make sure he gets to my comp that's a minute long, literally
Yeah.
just a minute long, and he will literally speed just to get there. But I feel like since he doesn't talk to me about it a lot, I feel like he doesn't care or he doesn't think it's important.
Yeah.
But like I know he like really deep down he cares, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to like, oh, my dad doesn't care, but I just know he does, if that makes sense. Like there's
Yeah.
just a boundary there.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's really good.
Yeah. Well, anything else you guys want to add?
No.
No?
I think that's it.
I think that's
You got
it,
that
too.
wrap up sign?
Yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Dope Dad podcast. This was the Dope Daughter Takeover for
Father's
Father's
Day.
Day. Yeah.
Happy Father's
Day to all the dope dads out there. And I can't wait for you guys to tune into another Dope Daughter Takeover.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this
you.
was fun.
Hopefully see you guys later.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
For sure.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We will definitely be back.
Thank you for joining us on the Dope Dad podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to share it with a friend. You can support the show by giving a like, sharing, and subscribing, and you can find us on YouTube or wherever you're getting your podcast fix. If there's content you'd like to hear more of, please leave a comment. We'll make sure we try to get it in the show. Continue to tune in for more dope guests and real conversation.